Welcome back to the Secret Circus. As it has and as it were, we've stumbled upon an actual big top. I didn't know this was going to be it. I was going to try to check in from Candlestick Park, but apparently it's not around anymore. And once again, this is the real news as the fake news. Minus our celebrity for this second San Francisco on location episode. And what is the real news? It's that Jacqueline lives. Jacqueline Kennedy, of course, is who I'm speaking of. The false hoax, the unknown, real truth. But I don't want to say too much. I've said a little bit more than I wanted to already. The real story, I suppose, should be written down, not just ad-libbed. And when I get around to it, perhaps I will. The real news as the fake news is this. I don't want to say too much, but I want you to understand. I'm going to have some fun with this. It's a little too serious for me not to have to shake it up a bit. I've got cutlets. I can't just say this is journalism, blah blah blah. I didn't start out as a gonzo journalist. But did I really just stumble into the Jacqueline Liz? Did I really just meet her on the street one day? Perhaps I did. Perhaps I just recognized her. And she lived here in San Francisco for a number of years after her death. And you can't imagine that she went completely unrecognized. Not with a city of millions of people. It would be impossible. Well, perhaps. One thing I can tell you is that's not a name anymore. And this is something that perhaps should be explained as part of the real news before we get into what's fake and what's not. Is that she really is that person. But she's really not that name. Not anymore. And the reason for this is because Jacqueline Kennedy is Jackie Lee Duvier. Jackie Onassis. She never really was those people that was all just an image in the movie. And she went like that, really. Even before, in the 70s, she was known when approached on the street for an autograph and asked, "Are you Jackie?" "Why, no, well, of course I'm not Jackie." Yeah. To be somewhat sarcastic. And she still has the same answer. I'll be doing some commentary, and once again I find myself drifting away from what is really funny here with the circuits. But what would another episode of the Secret Circus be? Well, there's a random circus popping up. An actual one. The funny thing is, really though, that I'm making a critique and an endorsement both at the same time of the United States Secret Service. How anymore? It's gonzo journalism. Why don't we just have infiltrated to the top? I don't know. It feels like the bottom, if you ask me. I've come to San Francisco, and I'm still doing the norm. The news stories that need to be done. Now, maybe it's not the biggest story in the world. It's one of the biggest stories. And maybe it's not the biggest story in America. Damn well close to it. And it's being hidden, of course. And I don't even know if you'll ever have access to view this, hear this, watch this. If this will go out to the world. If this is a real audience, even. No, I've come with this technique this toolless character. It's made it into a reality show. It's become so absurd that I've made it into a reality show. An unscripted one, of course, but it's just so very hard to describe. It's surreal, it's surrealistic. And so the what better to make fun of it, make light of it. And getting into character for yourself in your reality show. Well, let's have a few zingers to remember. A few good one-liners. I've got a few, I can't remember them all. Some of them are so seditious I don't want to say them. But when it comes to my sedition jokes, the only thing more inappropriate than them is the actual situation itself. It's practically treason, is what they're doing. It's treacherous, to say the least. For every 50% of battery life, I have to get 5 minutes of footage. And another 50% of battery life, and another 10 hours to upload it. This is somewhat guerrilla. What have I got? One $12 cell phone. One other free Obama phone. Thanks, Obama. You're making history with me and my $12. Because we're telling the real news. And let me telling the real news. That's the fake news. So from the top, according to Tom in the studio, we have a 100% chance of weather today. Back to me in the field. Well, what can I say? Oh, the real news, that's where the real news is that Jacqueline Kennedy lives. All news of her death is a hoax. It's popularly perpetuated by the United States Secret Service and various other nefarious parties. Yeah, she's a pretty good woman. I almost let the whole thing go. I thought that perhaps she was not trapped. Perhaps she was not in such danger. And upon closer examination, that wasn't the case at all. There would be good reason not to go public. Many, in fact. I found every motivation to. And that's life in the Secret Service. Here's a big top you can see. A very large and visible one. Perhaps even the largest invisible elephant in the room ever. Only she's about as small as a mouse. She's a little bit mousy, you might say. She's got a little bit of a growl. And it's just not here. Well, sans our celebrity for Celebrity Edition. This is our on location in San Francisco edition of the Secret Circus. Sometimes I call it only anyone but his men. And that's what I'm saying. You need to get a hold of a real comedian right quick, people. Say the wrong thing. Because if you can't make a joke out of this, you're really not trying. And so many people will think that it's the fake news. Jacqueline's alive. I've never heard this one before. I've heard every conspiracy theory there is. But Jacqueline being alive, I've never heard this. How the hell would she have lived that long and known? That's not what happened. Many people know. Not too many people went up to talk to her and to get to know her and write her letters and ask her why and how and when and where and who. I've done this. It really surprises that no one else ever has or has tried before. That's what's so real about it. The real news is beyond this. Things that are obvious in the world that seem unknown. San Francisco, a ringleader of the Secret Circus, reporting to the news that the former president, John F. Kennedy, his widow, is alive in 2017, and their two children, Patrick Bouvier and Arabella, are both also alive. And that's just the tip of the Spielberg. More special effects to come. Thank you for participating. You've now been readied